very interfering because I used to ask a lot of uncomfortable questions to filmmakers about.
Such as?
I mean, why do you need song over here? Why do you need this song on lips? And instead of this situation, why don't we come up with this situation? So I offended a lot of people in that. And again I realized that I am going out of work. I am going to be out of work very soon. So next thing to remain, now it was to maintain my lifestyle and earn more money, which is never enough. So then I switched to filmmaking. And now, actually, you asked about reputation, why I am talking about my lifestyle. So after making Makdi, actually I wanted to make a film in underworld genre. My genre was fixed that I want to make a film in underworld genre. I was very fascinated with underworld films, like everyone else, all the Godfathers and all those films. And I had given music for Satya.
Right, of
I was
course,
the
yes.
music composer for Satya, and I was fascinated the way Ramu made Satya. So genre was fixed, but I was looking for a story which could give me a really good human conflict. And my problem with underworld, the films made on underworld in our cinema was that they used to end in like the gang wars, and it doesn't go beyond the surface. It doesn't go in that made a very strong impression on my cinematic mind, but that remained in my subconscious. After that, I happened to see Guldar Saab's Angur again. And
Yes.
in Angur, there's a last shot where Shakespeare's portrait is there and he winks it with the camera. So again, Shakespeare and Throne of Blood, these things, these scattered little elements were there in my mind. And I have a godson, and he was studying in Dehradun. And in his holidays, I went to pick him up from his school. And there was a train journey, and I was getting bored, and he had his bag with him. So I asked him, "Do you have any storybook so I can read?" So he gave me this Lamb version of, abridged version of Shakespeare Tales. And the first story I read was Macbeth. And as I read Macbeth, I thought that I have got a story for my underworld genre. So it started, not from literature, but a need or a search for a good story. The first thing I did in Bombay, when I landed in Bombay, that I bought Macbeth, and I tried to read it again. It was very difficult because then I realized that what a master craft writing is that. So then I tried to look for a version where I can have both, on one side we can have Shakespeare language and the other side it can be explained in simple English, and I found that. So I read that, then I again went back to the original text, and that's how it started. And in those days, especially, now I think the things are a bit different, but in those days in Indian film industry, if you talk about literature, if you talk about classical music in those days, and then I mean,
a lot of them, yeah.
and in general also, I think the master's mentality is something is literary that has to be boring, otherwise it cannot be literature. So
In a literary meet, that's what you say. In a literary meet, that's what you say, that it's all boring.
I mean, for the masses, for the mass entertaining films, for the masses, they think that the literature is boring. And to be very honest, even I thought that. So because I think you have to be a little mature to understand the literature, that it entertains you, but it goes beyond entertainment.
Yes.
So I was not matured enough, and it was not my subject. My subject was music, and I was very well educated in that. So then I educated myself, and that's how my
Line right. No matter what muscles you put on it, will not work. So, and I was just curious that does Hollywood really follow that structure? And I said in the last 20 years in Hollywood, I see from every movie, whether it's a Scorsese's movie or you talk about Birdman today, has that structure that things happen in the right way. The journey is as there is an external part of the journey, there is the internal part of the journey. The external need and the internal need, they all come together in very beautiful ways. And there is kind of I hate to call it a formula, because I should call it a formula. It's kind of a technique that they follow. So do you follow anything like that? Or actually, I'm more interested in India. How does scripting happen to the extent that it happens?
Yeah. I think there is science behind it, and you're a scientist yourself, It's a business of emotion. So when you say the business of emotion, I think even this emotion exposition there is also mathematics behind. But you don't let people know the maths behind it. So let's start with India. The screenwriting course in the only film institute we had in Pune Film Institute was just introduced 10 years before. We just celebrated 10 years of screenwriting in Pune. So when this institute was made, what were the makers thinking that you need a cameraman, you need DOP, you need an editor, you need a sound recordist, you need a director, but you don't need a writer. So that's what we did. We think that if you have a pen and a paper, you can write.
Exactly.
You don't need to learn it. So can we ask the same thing to doctors, that you pick up a scissor and cut anyone? You have to learn. You have to learn.
Or to a cricketer, you certainly won't ask a batsman to go and just bat.
Yeah. So you have to learn that this is a craft. This is a total craft.
Yes.
I mean, with instinct, you will never write. They are really boring books.
But
There are some really great books about writing. And let's come back to the writing again, because the Hollywood had a formula, but then the European cinema,
correct.
that tried to defy it.
Exactly.
And then they actually, for them, the texture became much more than the structure.
Absolutely.
But and a different kind of cinema emerged.
Correct.
There.
Absolutely. I think European cinema has become much more inward-looking cinema than Hollywood. In any of the Hollywood movies, the narrative is far more important, and I'm very excited by that, because for me also narrative is very much more important than the. I shouldn't say that. I'm very driven by narrative.
Yeah, I think you need to understand the structure first. Then you can talk
Correct.
about the texture. That I am letting go of this structural foundation or structural point.
Actually,
And I know the damage I am doing it to my narrative or
Correct.
my story.
Absolutely.
If you don't even know that what kind of damage you are going to do to your building,
Correct.
so then
I think the point I was making is that most of the time when we talk about theory, we Indians have given theory a very bad name, because we use theory to put everybody else down. We use theory to dissect and say कि ये नहीं चलेगा. But I think today what we need is sort of how-to manuals. Like how to do it. We Indians don't create that. We Indians create theory to say कि ये नहीं चलेगा. But we need theory of that kind. कि what is going to work? When is it going to work? So maybe we should have books like that. Maybe I should get all the Indian directors together and say, okay, how do you do it?
I think we Indian directors, where we have a film like Ship of Theseus, we have a film like Lunchbox,
Yes.
coming out of our country, and
of course your movies. I mean, don't forget that there's some really fantastic movies that are being made. I think switching gears a little bit. Let's talk about directing actors. I mean, you're a master at that. I mean, what you have been able to do in India, of course, we have actors and we have actors. And we have made the actors act or not act. I mean, from Omkara to you have had some brilliant performances. What's your secret? How do you go about? I'm very curious to know, as a new director, that how do you go about directing actors if you don't get what you have in mind? I think every director goes on the set with something in mind. Yeah, I want this from the scene. What do you do? How do you adjust? How do you make the adjustments? How do you make them to do something different? Is it rehearsal? Is it spontaneous?
No, I think that happens when you choose somebody. It happens over there when you get married to that actor or actress for that film. So you have already made a choice. And while making that choice, you have to weigh everything that with your script, in relation to your script, that whether this actor will be able to pull it off or not, or I'll be able to push him so he can pull it off, or together we can find something. Or some great actors like Pankaj Kapoor, Nansardin Shah, Om Puri or Irfan, when they come, how will they interpret it? And they will take it to some other level. So while you are making a choice, it's on set. It's a different way of working that we'll talk about. But I think 90%, if not 90%, say 70% decision is done when you have signed an actor, you have decided about an actor. Then on set, I can talk about my process of working with actors, that I don't direct them. Yeah, I choose not to direct my actors.
So how many takes do you usually go for?
It's before the takes, when we go to, I prefer to first block the scene, and sometimes if it's a very important and a long scene or very difficult scene, I like to do it in the space where we are going to shoot a day before the shoot. Once we pack up, so I call the actors and say, this is a space मार हुए, गुनाह किया भी नहीं और गुनाहगार हुए.
Yeah.